Good evening. Today is Monday, June 29th, 2015. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Coming up on News 13, weekend rains brought relief to crews battling Alaska wildfires, but conditions are expected to heat up later this week, capping a record fire month.
And for those stories and more, Michael Ives is here with the latest in sports, and Mary Conlon has your weather forecast. I'm Missy Kohler.
I'm Jamie Schwartzwald, and this is News 13.
Keeping an eye on the interior, News 13 starts now.
Nearly 3,000 square miles of land in Alaska have burned this month, breaking the previous record set in 2004 when fires burned 1,800 square miles in June. Over 2,600 firefighting personnel are dealing with 314 fires across the state. Fire managers are assigning crews to new wildfires first to stop any growth that might occur. After new fires, crews are told to focus the rest of their efforts on fires affecting communities like the Rex Complex fire south of Nenana and the Aggie Creek fire north of Fairbanks. Fire Information Officer Timothy Evans says the Sockeye fire near Willow is 96% contained. Despite weekend rains bringing relief to crews battling wildfires across the state, conditions are expected to heat up later in the week. The Fairbanks North Star Borough has lifted the wood cutting ban for borough residents, but Fire Prevention Officer Michael Goyette says the near statewide burn ban is still continuing until further notice.
Which means still no permitted open burning, no campfires, no charcoal fires, and no burn barrels. They're predicting some still sporadic rain, but they're also predicting more lightning. With that, we may actually be seeing more fires starting with the lightning, with the dry conditions.
The National Situation Report, I had never seen it in my 26 years of working for the Forest Service. The first 5 pages is actually dedicated to all the Alaska wildfires. I've never seen that before. So we're in a preparedness level 5 here. The lower 48 is in a preparedness level 3. And when you're in a preparedness level 5, you get the resources that you need.
Despite Friday and Saturday's rainfall, efforts to extinguish the fires throughout Alaska are still of the highest priority. Here's more in this report.
Even though the rains have been falling steadily, the folks at the fire headquarters for the Aggie fire have been working feverishly. Incident Commander Mark Rosenthal from St. George, Utah says there's still a lot of work ahead.
The Aggie Creek fire, which is a little over 15,000 acres, has obviously a large perimeter to it, and it's got heat all the way around it. So we're in the process of bringing in a lot of crews to begin to work the edges. We have several values at risk: the Alyeska pipeline, fiber optic cables that are associated with that, as well as a number of cabins in the area, both privately owned and up in the White River National Recreation Area.
Another group of folks who will be working the fire are volunteers from an organization called Team Rubicon. This mix of military and other walks of life donate their time and skills wherever a crisis is happening.
It's just a great way to give back to the community and give back to those that have served. We do a lot of community events where we rebuild homes for fallen soldiers, for their parents. We go up, we rebuild their homes. So it's a way to give back a little bit more than just saying thank you.
When the BLM and Team Rubicon came together, it was just a win-win situation where they have people with the skill set that they need in order to help mitigate during a time that they need it, and we can provide that.
Honestly, I mean, I'm just trying to learn the works of the fire crew and get in with them. My goal is to actually work with the Wyoming BLM next year.
I'm actually a 20-year structure fire, retired captain. So this was just an opportunity to kind of get my feet back into the fire side. I forget how different wildland is than urban, so it's just learning how to crawl all over again.
One update, the Rex Complex fire has been receiving continuous rains, which is good. But unfortunately, another heat wave is on tap for the upcoming week, which means fires could rekindle once again. And we're back to square one. Mike Schultz reporting.